him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's McKissick. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Huntley. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 52. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now a give, right side. It's Mitchell. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Lance looking to throw it. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The final shot before break. Huntley. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Huntley slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2, but I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Throwing after the interception. Lance. Got a man. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 44, Lance got a man. That's Ayuk. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From midfield, here's Lance. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Lance. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Chase Young in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Lance. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first and goal. And Lance now to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A carry now for McKissick. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Back to throw. Huntley. Thomas has got it. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 61 yards. And now Washington a PAT away from taking the lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to put him up by a point. It's 15-14. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check. Man, cycle. Get him.
Working from the gun, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20, 10, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Check, 47. We ain't giving up nothing to check.
They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Huntley slings this deep from McLaurin. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A huge play there for Washington. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Hands it off out of the gun, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime he hand the ball to a back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Huntley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll go again with McKissick. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. Touchdown! Elijah Mitchell, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Niners answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Washington 22.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Huntley. Pass complete, Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Huntley. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Huntley pass complete. Thomas. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's back to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Down, Mitchell, and forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a first throw here in overtime. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A game of 16 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Under two. Mike by 5. Watch the screen.
On first down, Lance. He's got Ayuk once again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Lance now on first down. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw, it's Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lance looks to throw again. This is going to be caught. It's John Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. They'll run on first down. Mitchell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Right back to him on first down. Open space inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. 53 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Throwing now is Lance. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.